Does anyone else look at Red Bowser and think, I want to eat him? Oh shoot, that's right, I'm supposed to be doing a video game. What's up gamers, welcome back to another episode of Video Game Gems. I'm Jins the Ripper, let's play a game. Before we get started, I have to apologize for the misinformation on my video announcing the re-release of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Apparently, Ubisoft's website mentions that there will be online multiplayer. If online multiplayer works the same way it does offline, then this will be a really cool addition. Though due to past experiences, I've learned not to get my hopes up. But I digress. In light of Mario's 35th anniversary, today we're taking a look at the best Mario game of all time, Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars. Super Mario RPG is the first RPG Mario & Co. starred in and set the foundation for future Mario RPG titles. So who better for Nintendo to partner up with than Squaresoft, who would later become Square Enix, the king of RPGs. Super Mario RPG released in Japan in March of 1996 and North America in May of the same year. Europe wouldn't see a release of the game until it came to Virtual Console on the Wii in September 2008. Super Mario RPG also made its way to the Wii U's Virtual Console and the SNES Mini. Super Mario RPG is a treasure. When you play the game, you get lost in a phase before coming to your senses and realizing that you're stuck in Gino's maze. Super Mario RPG starts off like your average Mario game. Bowser kidnaps Princess Peach, who went by Toadstool at the time, and Mario storms Bowser's keep to save her. In the process, a giant sword falls from the sky and crashes into Bowser's keep, scattering the trio across the world, along with 7 stars. These stars are pieces to the Star Road, a place where wishes are converted into stars that become shooting stars once they are granted. Unless Mario & Co. find all of the 7 stars and fix the Star Road, wishes will never be granted again.
I wish Adol Kristen was in Smash. I better hurry up and repair that Star Road. I wish Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 was the perfect game it was always meant to be. Yeah, not even the Star Road can fix that game.
Super Mario RPG was Mario's first jump to 3D in a mainstream game. The game took platforming elements of the Mario series and combined them with RPG mechanics. At its core, Super Mario RPG isn't a Mario game or a Final Fantasy game, but somewhere in between. Super Mario RPG adds a twist to the RPG genre. It never feels repetitive, and you never stick around in a place long enough to grow bored. There are various things to do in the game besides follow the narrative. There are minigames, secrets, and Easter eggs hidden all throughout the world. The game is centered around the player. The story ends in the same way, but you can affect it along with the world to some degree based on your actions. For example, after defeating the second mini-boss, you're rewarded with a wallet. You can either sell the wallet in a shop for money, or return it to its rightful owner in the Mushroom Kingdom and trade it for a better item. Enemies are on screen, so the player doesn't have to worry about random encounters. You can simply avoid the enemies you don't want to fight. The battles are turn-based, with the menu set up differently from other RPGs, probably to make it easier for kids to understand. Each category is mapped to a different button. A is your standard attack, Y is your special and magic attacks, X uses your items, and B lets you defend or run away. This is also the first Mario game where timed hits were explored. While pulling off certain moves, pressing the A button at the right time will increase your move's power. Timed hits also work on defense. Pressing the A button at the right time when an enemy attacks lets you defend against the attack and take less damage. However, there are no cues to tell you when to press A, so you have to figure them out for yourself. While defending, you have to press A just before your character takes damage. When attacking, you usually press the A button halfway through your attack. Like any other RPG, you gain experience for fighting enemies, and when a character levels up, you have a choice to either increase their physical strength and defense, their health, or their magical strength and defense. You can also buy weapons and clothing that boost your character's strength and defense. Accessories can also be added to characters to give them unique buffs. Mario is the only character that can wear jump shoes, and if you equip them to him, it makes his jumping abilities more powerful. Each area is unique. They have their own aesthetic that separates one from another. The Mushroom Kingdom is full of greenery and iconic Mario enemies like Goombas, Lakitus, and Paratroopas. The houses are more generic than the ones in future Mario games, but hey, they had to start somewhere. All the residents are toads, each with unique designs, unlike future Mario games, where they're all just different colors of each other. These iconic designs and characters we're used to seeing in Mario games. It makes the game feel right at home with the Mario franchise, while putting a unique spin on it. Tadpole Pond is a small area filled with water, small hills, and palm trees. To get here, you have to travel through a sewer and down a waterfall. It's full of tadpoles and characters that are new to the Mario series. This wasn't just any Mario game, and Super Mario RPG made sure you knew it. Yoshter's Isle is a small island with a Yoshi racing minigame. This place is a callback to Yoshi's house from Super Mario World. It has fruit trees, mailboxes, and Yoshis in all 4 colors: green, yellow, red, and blue. Nests filled with Yoshi eggs were added to give the island more detail. Yoshter's Isle is an optional area to explore. While you don't have to play the minigame to further the narrative, it's a nice Easter egg and a break from the overall adventure. The forest maze is pretty self-explanatory. It's a dark forest area surrounded by trees. There are even wild mushrooms growing everywhere for you to pick up and consume. Some of these mushrooms become sentient and turn into enemies for you to fight. Booster's Tower is one of the many dungeons in the game. It's a giant tower full of toys. Sniffits run the joint with a fellow named Booster acting as their leader. He even has his entire family history hanging on the wall in the first room. Star Hill is one of, if not the most iconic area in Super Mario RPG. This is where wishing stars fall when they can't be granted. You can interact with all the stars people have wished on and see all the fun things people have wished for. All the wishes were made by characters you meet in the game. You gain nothing from reading them, but it's fun to try and figure out who made all the wishes. Star Hill is a mandatory area you need to visit to complete the game. The dungeon isn't that long, and there's no boss at the end. You simply take the star hidden in the last section and leave. If you forget to grab the star, you have to go back through it again. Nimbus Land is an entire kingdom in the sky, built on top of the clouds. Every building is made of tangled vines from beanstalks, except for the castle, which is made of stone. The residents are all cloud people that fit right in with the area. Monstro Town is a town where peaceful enemies live humble lives. This was a game changer in the Mario series at the time. Not all monsters were enemies. It's cool to sit and chat with different enemies to see what kind of lives they live. Some even give you some tips and items that help you late in the game. These are just a few of the many areas you visit in the game. Play the game for yourselves and experience them all. Characters in Super Mario RPG are just as fleshed out as the world. Toadstool and Bowser join your party and were playable for the first time in a mainstream Mario game. Bowser is a brute force tank that's stronger than the other characters. Toadstool was the team's white mage, acting as the team's healer. Until then, we didn't know much about Toadstool, other than she had white magic that countered Bowser's black magic. This game was the first instance where we got a glimpse of her power. She was a nice addition to the team. Mario is an all-around character, with both decent physical and magic attacks. Alongside the trio, 2 new characters were added. Mallow the Frog, who looks like a cloud, is the first member added to your party. He is the team's red mage, having a mixture of different white and black magic attacks. He can look at an enemy's health, summon thunder, and lightly hear the party, that sort of thing. Mallow is such a fun character to have around. He's younger than the other party members. When they have conversations about the Star Road, he always mispronounces it. And when he cries, it rains! Your final party member is Geno. Yes, the guy everyone wants in Smash. This is where he came from. Geno is a toy doll that was possessed by a star spirit to aid Mario in his quest to repair the Star Road. Geno is the team's black mage and specializes in stat boosts and strong magic attacks that attack every enemy on screen. In case you guys are wondering, the reason people want him in Smash so badly is so we can finally play as a naked character. Lose the underwear. Mario has a rougher personality in the game. While he's still the same old helpful Mario that doesn't shy away from fixing other people's problems, he's full of emotion and he's not afraid to show it. My favorite example of this are the events leading up to adding Geno to your party. When you arrive in Rose Town, you meet a young toad named Gaz, whose mom owns the inn. He's got toys of all the Mario cast. He's a huge fan of Mario and is filled with excitement when Mario arrives at his home. He begs Mario to play with him, and Mario eventually agrees. Gaz chronically insults Mario as they play together, to the point where he kills off Mario's character and replaces him with the stronger Geno doll he has hidden behind the counter. The Geno doll is equipped with a real gun, because that's good parenting! Gaz fires it at the Bowser doll, but misses and hits Mario. Mario collapses and wakes up the next day in one of the beds at the inn. Mario chases after Geno, and once he is added to your party, you have the option to travel back to Rose Town and revisit Gaz to get a free weapon for Geno. While you're there, Gaz continues making claims that Geno is better than Mario, to the point where Mario almost punches him, but is held back by Mallow. There are tons of iconic background characters you meet in the game. Mallow's grandpa, Frogfucius, is the leader of Tadpole Pond, and knows everything through the spirit of the water. He acts as the team's guide. When they don't know where to go next, Frogfucius points them in the right direction. Krako is a thief, and a reoccurring mini-boss that shows up to mess with the party. He frequently harasses your party throughout the game, setting up traps and stealing your items. Booster is a giant man-child who wants nothing more than to play with toys and games. Boshi is the only blue Yoshi in the game. He wears spikes and sunglasses, and acts like he's cooler than the other Yoshis. Boshi is a bully, and the self-proclaimed boss of Yoshter's Isle. Toad of Sky is a toad you meet in Tadpole Pond by Melody Bay. She's a musician trying to come up with a new melody. She asks the tadpoles for help since they look a lot like music notes. Jonathan Jones, known by his friends as Johnny, is one of my favorite characters in the game. He lives in a sunken ship and holds one of the 7 stars. He challenges Mario's crew, offering them the star if they defeat him. Halfway through the boss fight, Johnny will challenge Mario one-on-one as each side's party members step back to watch. Over the course of the battle, Johnny comes to respect Mario and officially makes him a member of his crew, and that isn't the last we see of Johnny. A lot of characters you meet, be them bosses or side characters, will travel to other places around the world. Going back and revisiting some of them will earn you a little extra cutscene. There are other simpler characters that you meet in the game that don't have anything to do with the story, but they add detail and life to the game. Gaz is one of them. Rainy and Raz are 2 toads you meet multiple times on your adventure. Rainy and Raz live in the Mushroom Kingdom. They are traveling to Marrymore, where they plan to get married. Jinx is an optional mini-boss who owns a dojo in Monstro Town. He's a very small character that packs quite a punch. Before you can fight him, you first have to take on his apprentice Jagger, one of Bowser's troop members who was kicked out of Bowser's Keep. You meet a lot of these underlings as you progress through the game. It's fun to see that they aren't just throwaways and have some personality. Some characters just have funny things to say, like this toad. The music is one of Super Mario RPG's most defining qualities, and well, let's let the music do the talking. What's interesting about the music is that it doesn't really sound like music that we hear in Mario games. It's a mixture of polka and adventure. The music undoubtedly helps give the game its own identity, separating it from other Mario titles. There are many secrets in this game, many of which drive some peeps insane. Question boxes are still around, some of them are well hidden and take some out-of-the-box thinking to obtain. Gold statues are made for your party in Nimbus Land after rescuing their king and queen. Mallow's statue is sentient and changes positions every time you enter the blacksmith's shop. Toadstool has a secret item she keeps hidden behind her fireplace. If you find it before adding Toadstool to your party, her grandma will trade you an item to put it back. If you do it again while Toadstool is with you, she will scold you for snooping around. You can get your picture taken in Marymore as an attendee for Rainy and Raz's wedding. Link and Samus both make cameos in this game. Link can be found sleeping in the bed next to Mario at the Rosetown Inn after the events of Gaz take place. If you head back to the Mushroom Kingdom after your fight with Yaridovich, you'll find Samus sleeping in the guest bedroom. A Samus toy can be found in Booster's Tower, along with what I believe is a Rob the Robot and a Q*bert, and I can't for the life of me figure out what this last one is. Exor is the name of the giant sword that makes his appearance at the beginning of the game. If you're a gamer, you know at some point in time you're going to have to fight him, so this boss really isn't a spoiler. Anyway, if you destroy Exor's left eye, and then his right one, and then use one of Geno's moves, Geno Whirl, on his weak spot, it will do 9999 damage, instantly killing him. In Marymore, Toadstool loses some of her jewelry after being bulldozed by Bowser and Mario. If you help her collect everything at a certain time frame, Toadstool will reward Mario with a high-quality kiss. Failure to do so results in Mario getting a high-quality kiss from Bowser and Booster. Booster is another optional boss fight in Super Mario RPG. If you fail the minigame at the top of the tower, you have to fight him. If you beat it, you're rewarded with an item and skip the boss fight. Another room in Booster's Tower has a secret that allows Mario to turn into Classic Mario for a short period of time. The password that unlocks the door at the top of Booster's Tower is the name given to the file you're playing in. There's an enemy in the game called Goo-rilla, and a stronger version of it called Chained Kong you fight later. They both resemble a chained up Donkey Kong. These are just all the secrets and Easter eggs I could remember off of the top of my head. There are so much more to discover. So, is Super Mario RPG a gem? No doubt about it. As always, before we end the video, here are some fun facts for you guys. Let's start with everyone's favorite. 2 fan songs were created to the tune of Forest Maze by Christopher Noyes. I'll link them in the description below if you want to check them out. Valentina's name was originally Margarita in Japan, but was changed in the American version, most likely because of the alcohol reference. An early image shows that Luigi was planned to have a role in the game, possibly as an additional party member, but no one really knows. He does end up making a cameo at the end of the game though. In the Japanese version of the game, you can type in a code on the menu screen that gets Toad to appear and relay a message to the player. It basically reads, "You found a secret, it doesn't do anything, and there's no other ones to find. But you can repeat this one as many times as you'd like." A sequel was planned for the game, but never came out due to Square shifting focus to the PlayStation in favor of discs rather than cartridges. So the idea was reworked into Paper Mario, which was a blessing and a curse. There's a Paper Mario collaboration game with the Mario and Luigi series called Paper Jam. The story goes that the world of Paper Mario exists inside a book separate from the Mario games, meaning that Super Mario RPG is no longer canon. Geno was such a popular character that he came back as a cameo in the original version of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. A ton, and I mean a ton, of official art was made for this game. It's a shame an art book was never made, or if it was, I haven't been able to find it. There is artwork of the official characters, enemies, bosses, the continents of the world, weapons, items, clothing, and some promotional artwork as well. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and keep on gaming.